Hi lovely people, how are you doing today? I'm on a high mood today. Give it a give it a give it a give it a. Even if you are not in a good mood before you clicked this video, I have the responsibility to make you happy. Yes, because this is a channel that gives joy and happiness, a channel that provides wisdom and understanding. In addition to the insights, the valuable content and information I provide on this channel, I also provide love. I share love and happiness. So welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, my name is Couscous. I am a Nigerian YouTuber currently in London. I am also a Chevening Scholar, 2020 Chevening Scholar, and I just recently graduated from Queen Mary University of London. Welcome to my channel. In this channel, I provide content on postgraduate studies, scholarships, study abroad. It doesn't need to be postgraduate studies, study abroad for international students especially. I also have services where I coach you individually. I offer personalized services, and the link is in the description box to this video, my bio site. Once you click my bio site, you will see all the services that I offer, okay? Because my mission here is to make your life easy. That's all. And this channel is here whenever you're confused. Please come here and clarify everything, quench all your doubts. I have made lots of videos that will help you, whether you are about to start the study abroad process, whether you are already in the process, whether you are currently in school, whether you are done with school. This channel is here to help you, okay? That's why you should subscribe. And please, when you're done subscribing, ring the notification bell, because I noticed that a lot of people are not up to 20% of my subscribers have activated the notification bell, and I'm like, why? Did I offend you guys? Why? You don't want to be seeing my face? Well, I want to be seeing your face. I want to see your comments. I want to see your likes. I want to see you share the content in this channel. So yes, guys, welcome back. I haven't even said what this video is about. Oh god. So I posted a video about the kinds of jobs students can do in the UK while studying, and I asked the question if you would like me to share the experience of getting my very first job while studying. I got a job with my university as a global alumni volunteer officer, and it was I think the job was just meant for me, because the story I'm about to share, at the end of this story, you will know that this job was just meant for me. So this video is just here to guide you and to basically just share my experience of the application process, because it was my first ever role in the UK. I never had any experience in the UK before, so it was my first role, and it wasn't too technical, but it required technical skills and ability. I'm going to share everything about the job, so sit tight, grab your popcorn, let us get going. I'm just in a high mood today, and because I'm looking pretty. Ooh. Okay, comport yourself. Okay, let me comport myself. I'm just happy to see you guys. Thank you for always tuning into this channel, because without you, there will be no this channel. Is that correct English? Without you, there will be no this channel. Anyways, now our name on this channel, for family members on this channel, we are called the Get Ahead community, the Get Ahead family. Okay, so we are moving forward, never backward. Let me be serious, okay? Let's get the video started. Okay, remember in the last video I shared that for Queen Mary University students, there's a website called QTEMS where student jobs are advertised. This also applies to every other university. Most universities have dedicated websites where they advertise jobs for their students and alumni. So please make sure you look out. If you don't know, ask your careers and enterprise services within your university, and you will be able to get that website so that you'll be looking out for vacancies. So for me, I had registered on QTEMS. I didn't work in my first term. My first term was between September and January. I wrote my first exam in January, so I didn't work during that time because I was still trying to find my feet. I was overwhelmed because of how everything was happening really fast, so I didn't work, I didn't bother, and Chevening was paying me, of course. So there was really no need for me to worry. As a Chevening Scholar, you can finish your program without having to work one day. Okay, that's the benefit. If you want to know how to become a Chevening Scholar, I have a whole playlist on how to do that. After registering on QTerms, I had been applying for different roles. In fact, I even applied for a role, I think it was HR assistant I applied for. I was so excited. I applied for the role. I even scheduled a mock interview meeting with my HR officers. They coached me with careers and enterprise officers, sorry. They coached me through the interview. After the process, one of our careers and enterprise officers, she was so kind. After she connected me to a former, Queen Mary University alumni who was in that role as well. So I reached out to the lady on LinkedIn. She was so kind. She took me through the process. Oh, this was what the interview was like, and this was what the role was like. So I only went for one interview in my entire life unprepared, and after that experience, I felt that I wasn't hired for that role, of course. I think it was my very first interview. It was my very first job interview, and I felt woefully. After that time, I told myself that never again. It will never repeat itself that I will go for an interview and I will not know what to say. So this time I was really prepared. I did all my homework. I did everything, and I was ready. Now I got an email that, oh, you've been scheduled for interview on so and so day. Prepare. In fact, pick a time, and I picked a time. That's how I woke up that day. I think my interview time was supposed to be like 1 p.m. And I woke up in the morning and I got an email. Dear Kusema, we are sorry for the miscommunication of information. You were not actually shortlisted for interview. It was a miscommunication. I said, you say? You repeat what you just said. Oh my God. I was so frustrated. I was downcast. I was sad. Hey, my very first job application and interview in the UK. You did this to me. You did this to me. Guys, I'm smiling now, but it was a terrible experience. I was so sad that it was a mistake. They did not even shortlist me for interview. Hi. So I now reached out to all the people who prepped me and helped me through the process that, see, oh, this is what happened. I wasn't even shortlisted. I was told that the email inviting me for interview, there was an error. And they were like, oh, don't worry, Kuseme, we know that you will get something better. Something else will definitely come. And trust me, the job I got was better, because the job I applied for before, it was £12 per hour. The job I now later got was a whopping £15 per hour. Anyways. After some weeks, I think about 4 weeks later, I got another. I was always monitoring QTerms like every day. Before then, I had applied to a lot of other vacancies after that experience. I wasn't called. They will not shortlist me. I say, is it my fault? Like, what did I do wrong? You guys, what did I do wrong? The career advisor told me that sometimes it's not that you're not qualified for the role. It could just be that you are overqualified for the role. And then most of the times in uni, especially for jobs that does not really require technical experience, they just want to give it to undergrads, especially really young people who don't have any experience at all. So you, as a professional, like for me, I have this is like my 4th year post-qualification, and I already have work experience. So maybe they weren't looking for somebody like me. So I shouldn't worry. It wasn't because I was I wasn't good enough. It was just probably because I was I had too much experience for the role. I kept on applying for other roles, and then one of those nights, I think after studying that night, I just went to QTerms and I saw this role, Global Alumni Volunteer Officer for the Directorate of Alumni Engagement. I was like, I read through the role and I saw that I could do everything in that role. I saw that I met all the requirements, and it was something I was going to be excited about. And it was something exciting. The role was, the responsibilities in the role would be working with alumni, Queen Mary alumni, working with current students. It was also a role that I could work with Chevening Scholars within the university. I say what? I must apply for this one. Anyways, I sat down, I drafted my application. So I wasn't always sending out the same cover letter for all the roles. Whenever I saw a role, let me know if you guys want to see or want me to make a video showing you how to draft a cover letter, how to write a cover letter for a job. I know I have a video of how to draft your CV. I also have a video of on interview tips that I did last year, so those videos are still very relevant and useful. Let me also know if you want me to make a video of how to write a cover letter for a job application. So whenever I applied for roles, I made sure that I tailored my cover letter to meet the requirements in that role based on my experience. So when I saw that role, I sat down, I wrote a new cover letter for it, and I wanted to submit. It wasn't submitted. I stayed awake almost like from, I think I saw this job around maybe midnight or 2 a.m. Between midnight and 2 a.m. because I was about to go to bed. And I opened QTEMS and I saw this role. I was like, I cannot take a chance on it. I must apply. I sat down, drafted this cover letter, and I finished, maybe let's say I finished around 4 a.m. drafting this cover letter, and I wanted to submit. I said I could not submit. I could not sleep. I kept on trying. It didn't work. First thing in the morning, I called the technical guys in QTEMS. I've been trying to submit this application. It's not going through. Can you guys help me? And I think the deadline was just by the corner. You guys need to help me. In fact, it was that serious because my spirit kept telling me, this is your role. This is your job. You need to get it. So I didn't want to take any chances. So I called them that I'm having issues submitting, and this one said, oh, it's not my responsibility, referred me to another person. I called the other guy on QTEMS, and the guy was like, okay, they don't know why I'm not able to submit, but I should send the cover letter to them and they will submit on my behalf. I said, oh, Sheo, Oluwa, thank you. That's how I sent my cover letter to the guy, and the guy was able to submit. That's how. After like 3 days, I got an email that, Yekseme, you've been shortlisted for interview for this role. Kindly choose a date, just like what happened before. So I was like, God, let this one not be like the first one, because I cannot get a heartbreak a second time from you guys. I will not be able to cope. I picked a day for my interview. I prepared like never before. I made sure that I used the keywords in the application to prepare. They said you must know like data protection. I went to download data protection law to read. General data protection law of the UK and that of the EU. I went to download it to read through. They said this job to promote Queen Mary's success ethos. I went to look for it. I read nothing I did not read for that interview. So God loving. It wasn't like a norm. They did not at the interview. They did not ask me, tell us about yourself. Nobody cares. My first was, why do you think Queen Mary University needs a global engagement office? Yeah, you know me now. You know me. I just adjusted. Okay. I gave it to them. In fact. This is not like an interview tip video, but you guys know. In an interview, well, I'm not a guru, I'm not certified interview coach, but I'm a career consultant, of course. So I know some of these things, and that is why I made sure that I had a one-on-one consultation with our career advisors so that they give me the tips. You know, I don't claim to know everything. I go searching for information that I know that will help my life. And once it helps me, of course, it's going to help you guys. So I bring it, to share on this platform. So I didn't particularly prepare for that question, but I knew once that question came, because I had read about the department, I read about the university, and I read about their values, their aims, objective, vision, and everything. I was able to connect. I answered that question. They asked me about the data protection law that I downloaded to read. I gave it to them. They asked me a lot of things. In fact, the thing is, I think I changed the setting of the interview into a conversation, into an engaging conversation. I was asking them questions. So when they ask me a question, I'll answer, and I'll end with a question for them, and they have to answer. I was already acting like I was in the role. So at the latter part of the interview, three people interviewed me: my direct duty manager, the second person I was supposed to report to, and another person in the department. So because of the way I made the interview look, it was conversational. So at the latter part of the interview, I was asking them questions like, so what has been your experience in the role? What is your day-to-day responsibilities like? What are the challenges? Because I was studying during COVID, I like, what has really changed in this role for you before the pandemic and now? I was giving it to them. So after the interview, they were like, thank you so much, we're going to get back to you. And I think it was not even up to 3 days, I got an invitation, or I got an email that I have been given to role. My people, it was a happy day, it was a happy time. And because I had when I was not able to submit the application, I had told my friends, hey, I told Sarah, pray for me, this application I must submit. I told Hafiz, pray for me, you guys, make them accept this application. So when I got the role, everybody was just so happy for me, and that was how I got the role. So I had started, it was a hybrid kind of role. You do it online, you go to school and do it as well. So the very first time I met my supervisors in school, she was like, you know what? You have really good interviewing skills. I have been interviewing people for the past 3 years. I haven't really met somebody like you. I was like, ooh, my head was swelling. I was like, give it to me. Bring it on. Bring it on. Anyways, that's the story of how I got my first job in the UK. And the role, I was able to interact with the alumni engagement officers. I worked with a lot of people. I worked with the scholarship representative in Queen Mary University. I did a lot of writing for them, and I had to interview alumni. And oh, sorry, I forgot something. After the interview, they gave me a task. They gave me a task that lasted for 15 minutes. And that task was, they sent it to me. They said that I should generate questions. I should generate 10 questions that will promote the marketing. I can't remember the exact question. I'll probably check the email and put it here on the screen. But I was able to do it, send it to them within the time, which was when what got me to land the job. A lot of other people also were interviewed, so they said at the end of when they're done interviewing everybody, they will let me know. So that was how I landed the role. And then during the role, I was working with alumni, interviewing them, preparing their profiles, which have been published on the website, a lot of them. I also had the opportunity to work with my colleagues, like current 2021 scholars, Chevening Scholars. I worked with them. I gathered testimonials from them. At that point, I was able to interact with a lot of staff from Queen. That's when I got to really know a lot of people, a lot of inside work that has been going on with the uni and how things are being run. So I also helped a lot of prospective students that time, because when I received questions from prospective students, I knew exactly who to direct that questions to get a resolution for them. So it was a really wonderful opportunity. So if you have any opportunity, apply for these things in your uni. They will help you. You understand the system, and most importantly, you will get work experience. Because in fact, I also did content for them, where I created videos for their LinkedIn profile. I created posts. It was a nice role. And what I would say is that what made me get that job was not just because I could impress them during the interview, or my CV was good, or because I was a lawyer. I think the most important thing that made me get that role was my content creation ability, because they needed somebody that would do the technical work and also do the digital work. So I created flyers, I created videos, I even hosted Instagram live. So they needed someone that is very flexible and could deliver. So wherever you are and whatever skill you have, don't undermine it. Don't think that it will not come through for you one of these days. Most of the opportunities I have gotten is because of my channel. I know how many webinars I've been invited to speak because of this channel. So guys, do not undermine anything you are doing. When this channel started, I didn't know it would ever get to this point. So a lot of things that you need to take into consideration, develop yourself, whatever skill you can pick up, please pick up on the way, and then learn transferable skills. Okay, if you have an experience as a lawyer, it doesn't mean you cannot work as a customer care advisor. Just look for the experience, the skills that you can transfer to the other sector. Skills like attention to detail, skills like customer relations, human management. learn those things and identify them. Guys, if you want me to give you a personalized coaching, you can book a consulting session with the link in the description box to this video, and I'll give you all of that. I don't want this video to be too long. I hope it has been helpful. I hope it has been insightful, and I hope you have gotten 1 or 2 lessons from the video. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye bye. So okay,